and welcome. You're watching NewsX with me, Devika Chopra. 2 weeks after Operation Sindoor, an unprecedented crackdown has now begun in India. 9 people have been arrested across 4 states in the past 4 weeks. These people include YouTubers, vloggers, businessmen, and even guards. Let's have a look at who these people are and what they've been accused of. Number 1 is Jyoti Malhotra. She's a YouTuber arrested from Hisar, Haryana on the 18th of May. She travelled to Pakistan 3 times, developed a relationship with the embassy staffer Danish and passed on sensitive information. The second person is Devendra Singh. He is a student arrested from Kaithal, Haryana on the 12th of May. He travelled to Nankana Sahib in Pakistan in 2023, wherein he established contact with the Pakistani intelligence operatives. Then there is Noman Ilahi, a security guard arrested from Panipat, Haryana on the 13th of May, allegedly spying for Pakistani handler named Iqbal alias Kana. He passed sensitive details about troop movements and train routes. Number 4 is Arman, a student arrested from Nuh, Haryana on the 17th of May, allegedly for spying for an employee posted at the High Commission of Pakistan in Delhi. He shared information related to Indian Army and other military activities. Then there is Shehzad, a businessman arrested from Muradabad, UP on the 18th of May for spying for Pakistan's ISI. He is accused of being involved in cross-border smuggling and espionage activities. Mohammad Murtaza Ali, number 6, arrested from Jalandhar, Pakistan on the 16th of May. He created an app that transmitted Indian news clips and internal updates, and the cops have now seized 4 mobiles, 3 SIM cards and a collection of suspicious videos. Then there is Ghazala Muhammad, arrested from Punjab's Maler Kotla on the 8th of May. She shared data about army trucks, army bases and other sensitive sites. Priyanka Senapati is a vlogger who's been arrested from Orissa, who's under scrutiny after Jyoti Malhotra's arrest. She has alleged links between the Puri-based vlogger and Jyoti Malhotra. It's believed that Priyanka travelled to Kartarpur Sahib about 3 months ago. Then we have some news also coming in. As far as an inside scoop of YouTuber Jyoti's questioning is concerned, sources tell NewsX that Jyoti was brainwashed by Pakistan. Jyoti was not showing any remorse, and Jyoti claims that she is completely innocent. My colleague Javed Hussain with us on the broadcast before I bring in the guests as well. Javed, quickly take our viewers through this breaking update that has come in as far as Jyoti Malhotra's case is concerned.
देखिए ज्योति से जो आज पूछताछ की गई थी सोमवार के दिन भी, लेकिन जो जानकारी ये मिली कि ज्योति को किसी तरह की कोई भी पछतावा नहीं इस बारे में। और ये भी जानकारी मिली है सोर्सेज से कि केंद्रीय जांच एजेंसी जो एनआईए है, एनआईए ने भी आज बाकी सेंट्रल एजेंसीज और दूसरी एजेंसीज के साथ जो है उसमें पूछताछ की थी ज्योति से। और हालांकि ये केस अभी एनआईए को ट्रांसफर नहीं हुआ है, लेकिन जो एनआईए है वो इस केस को एक्सेस जो है जो पैरेलल उसको एक्सेस कर दी है और उसको पूरी तरह से उस पर नजर बनाए रखी हुई है इस पूरे मामले को लेकर। लेकिन यही जानकारी मिली कि ज्योति को पूरी तरीके से पाकिस्तान की तरफ से पूरी तरीके से रेडिकलाइज किया गया, उसके ब्रेन वॉश किया गया और पाकिस्तान के बारे में उसे जो उसकी विचारधारा है उसको दिखाकर कहीं ना कहीं ज्योति को पूरी तरह से मोबिलाइज करने की कोशिश की गई। इसी की वजह से जो ज्योति है वो कहीं ना कहीं जो तमाम जो इंफॉर्मेशन है उसको लेकर उसने जो है पाकिस्तान को शेयर किया और इसी वजह से।
Alright, okay, Javed, I'm going to take that information forward with our guests as well. RVS Mani with us, Mr. Sanjay Sahai, Mr. NK Sood and Mr. Tanveer Zafar Ali with us as well. Let me begin with Mr. RVS Mani. Mr. Mani, major crackdown going on in India. Am I correct in assuming that the people who've been arrested in the past 2 weeks, ever since Pahalgam happened and Operation Sindoor happened in retaliation, are not people that have just merely been picked up in the past 2 weeks, but these were all people who were under the scrutiny or the lens of the intelligence agencies?
Devika, for calling me on this show. Let me start with this. The police is not whiling away his time just picking up. They collect a lot of information, lot of gathering goes in before they are really picked up. and it's a full system which is in operation. It is not that the Haryana special cell or the Delhi special cell just went for a morning walk one day and picked these kilos. It is not like that. Let us be very sure. Let us trust the police in this. They are not like the range fellows. Let us trust the police. They are do their homework very well. Not only police, the intelligence agencies also do their homework very well. So that to that extent, there cannot be any mistake. They must have been indulging in anti-India activities. They must be indulging as Pakistan parrots and all that. More salient point is see the profile of this person. The person of an exporter and a businessman, a smuggler from Muradabad to a security guard in Panipat to somebody in Nu to somebody in Malerkotla district. It contains an entire spectrum of it. So that just see the desperation in Pakistan to get through this, and to say that if Jyoti Malhotra has brainwashed, I do not succumb to this thinking. It is not brainwashed. They are blackmailed that if you confess, you will be shot, or your father will be shot, or your children will be shot. Something like that. Brainwashed, I do not believe that. Yes, she has gone into a nikah arrangement with somebody. She has perhaps converted, you do not know. She has been having close relationships. All those things are personal matters. But to say that she is brainwashed, if she spills anything, because there are so many systems and so many issues like that, so this is also very good. And a third important point is, even in discourse of information, because I respect the freedom of speech, I respect the freedom of expression, but on such sensitive matters, there are many channels. I'm not blaming NewsX. NewsX has always been professional. The Guardian report which we discussed, the body has also been professional. But there are some irresponsible channels which do cross the lines and sensationalize it, which is affecting the process of the investigation in the matter. Fourthly, Pakistan has been desperate. It is not that Jyoti Malhotra has been recruited today. As per the news report, she had visited Pahalgam well in January 2025. So it is simply, you have to connect the dots, how desperate it is. And finally, I want to say one thing. We need to continue to have such a huge embassy staff in Pakistan, of the Pakistan High Commission in Delhi. Most of them are ISI recruits. Most of them are work for the ISI, hardly for the government. They don't do any propaganda about their own government. Even if there very little propaganda material is there, they do more of this recruitment, espionage, sensitive information collection, and this is what, and honey trapping is a very, very important thing. It is not happening today. It is happening from 2006. I have handled many cases of OSA and ISA prosecution sanctions. It is a very common thing. So Pakistan embassy is basically has to be highly sensitized. They need to be, and do we need to have such a large diplomatic corps living in Pakistan? Pakistan is living in India, and there is very hardly any distinction. So you could be caught, even you could be caught. I could be caught in a Sarojini Nagar market where most of the 89 CD plates come and shop, or maybe in Vasant Kunj or somewhere, and it is absolutely seamless. And how you get caught into that, they will take you out for a drink or friendship and all that. So it is very, very seamlessly they handle it. So balance of consideration. The question is, morning itself I announced, don't treat the military attaché as military, they are terror attaches of Pakistan High Commission. So I still stand by it. I have full responsibility. They need to be brought out, and this entire vertical, do we really require such a huge Pakistan High Commission staffers? So many staffers in India, do we need to have it? That's a very basic question, because they have been indulging in, they have been recruiting our people. See the profile, 9 people of different profiles, absolutely different profile. Even a security guard is sharing information about the train movement. A student is doing it, a Kaithal student is doing it. What is this all about? This needs to come to a stop, and I'm sure the government will take very robust action on this. Thank you.
Okay, I want to bring in Mr. N.K. Sood as well. Mr. N.K. Sood, I want to understand from your perspective, sir, what is it that then perhaps the government or civil society needs to do at this point in time to also alert citizens against indulging in such activities, in such anti-India activities? Because this, of course, when you're spying against India, it can simply be labeled as an anti-India activity. So what is it that the government can do to perhaps create more awareness that you can't simply be divulging information for the sake of some money, or what is it that these people were getting in return that's not very clear at this point in time?
I think Mr. Money has made a lot of things clear, but government has little role to play in this. The main role is media's, and media is playing its role. They are highlighting this issue. When you catch one case, when you catch hold of one case, at least you finish 10 more cases which are likely to come up. So this is a good thing that is happening. And people say that it's a bad thing that the agents are being held. I think when the agents are being held, it is a good thing, that we are exposing them. And like Jyoti Malhotra, she has what she had been doing, and she is saying that I am innocent. She is not innocent. Jyoti Malhotra is not doing it was not doing it for her channel only. She was doing it for a purpose. She was doing it for money. Jyoti Malhotra had gone to this Kartarpur corridor. She had met even Pakistani leaders over there, politicians there, and that was a cover up. And Jyoti Malhotra's job was actually she was being paid. She was being paid by ISI. She was being paid for all her visits to Pakistan, her visits to Indonesia, her visits to China, and she was being given treatment of 5-star hotels. She was enjoying it. Now, if she says that I'm innocent, it is not. As far as you say that the government has to do something, government is doing the job, and the media is doing the job. So media is exposing them, and whenever one case is solved, 10 more cases, which was supposed to happen, they are already solved. So this is a good thing that is happening, And Pakistan is playing dirty game. They will keep playing this game, And if you feel today that Pakistan will stop terrorism, they will not stop. Pakistan will do this job. They are on this. Their only job. When we work in missions, we have a lot of jobs. We have a lot of duties over there. We have to look after various issues. We have to look after our relations. Pakistan's only job is terrorism. So they are spreading terrorism. They are gathering intelligence about India. They are not gathering military intelligence. They are gathering civil intelligence also to target future. They are searching for future targets where to bomb. So Jyoti Malhotra has been caught, and she is being questioned by NIA, and I think a lot of things will come up, and people will know what is there, and reality of Jyoti Malhotra will be exposed. Her father says she is innocent. It's not because she has talked to some Pakistani or she has made friendship with Pakistani. It is normal thing. Yes, it is normal thing. But when you take money from them for a purpose, then this is not normal. This is what this is called. It is called corruption. It is called anti-national activities. And for this, NIA has arrested her, and she was under our constant watch since 2023. So actually, whenever anybody goes to Pakistan embassy, they are kept under watch. But whenever something else happens, something more important happens, then they are given special treatment, they are given special watch, and after when something is found, then they are caught and they are arrested and charged. That is what has happened with Jyoti Malhotra.
Okay, I want to bring in then Mr. Tanveer Zafar Ali on that. Now, Mr. Ali, how does then one explain when Mr. N.K. Sood says that Jyoti Malhotra has been under the lens and under the scanner since quite a few years now, but it is today that arrest is being made and that she is being interrogated and information about her is coming out. What or how does one explain it to the people that are questioning why now? Why after a terror attack has taken place?
Thanks for calling me in a show in which persons like Mr. Sood, who is from RAW, and everyone connected in these fields are here. You see, whatever I heard from Mr. Mani and Mr. Sood, I have been the district magistrate and divisional commissioner both. And at the district setup, we have a committee, and the divisional commissioner invariably holds a meeting and coordinates and supervises the activities of ISI and anti-national activities in the division upon the report by the police chiefs of every district. Even then, there are so many Jyoti Malhotra, so many Danish, so many Danishes, because the Pakistan carries on the dirty game, and there is no dearth of people who are willing to sell themselves, who are willing to sell their country, their motherland. I was a person who was going to, for some money, they can sell their motherland, they can give their information. So I don't know what to do. The strictest and most stringent punishment is to be given to those people. Nothing more. And these persons who have come under scanner, they should be very strictly scrutinized and monitored, who are all behind it. Pakistan, one leg of Pakistan was broken in 71. And by these activities, Pakistan wants that the second leg should also be broken, which will be done very soon, the way they have been behaving like this, because they don't have any other material, positive thing, productive thing to do, except by these terrorist activities, promoting these all stupid things. So, in my opinion, such activity, such persons who have been arrested should be very, very strictly interrogated, and very strict action should be taken against them.
Okay, Mr. Sanjay Sahai, I bring you into the conversation. So I want to understand from you one more question that a lot of people have is, what becomes the modus operandi when Pakistan and its intelligence services want to recruit people in India? Because when we look at the profiles, there is a clear diversity and a distinction. A lot of people would be under the assumption that if there are spies working for Pakistan in India, then they would probably be of a certain strata of society, they would probably be belonging to a particular religion, but that's not the case, which is one of the crucial points that has come out of from the information that we've now gathered about the 8 people who've been arrested so far. So what really becomes the modus operandi? What sort of people come on their radar and list of people who could possibly be recruited and convinced to indulge in all sorts of activities against their own nation?
See, primarily, if you get into the core of terrorism, the most important thing is intelligence gathering. And if you get back to 2611, all of us are aware how the intelligence was gathered by David Adley and how Taur Rana provided all the business sort of a framework for that person to travel and get all sorts of logistical information, movements related to whatever can happen in Mumbai and whatever cannot happen in Mumbai. So that being said, we come back to the current topic. So cyber espionage is name of the game. So until cyber espionage is in place, I think in days of today's warfare, nothing can happen. And we are living in an age and stage wherein encrypted communication is order of the day. Now, how do you get these people? Now, Al-Qaeda used to recruit people who were lonely, engage them into lots of conversation, brainwash them and make them a part. And people used to travel, even students and youngsters who were born in Europe, they were completely indoctrinated and they used to move to Syria and they felt that they were doing a very noble job, even ready to get killed. So that was the jihadi part. Now here in India, Pakistan, things seem to be very, very different. And just because the culture and the geography seems to be primarily the same, now they are indulging into what is called as a real cyber espionage across sectors. Now the whole spectrum of people who have been arrested, 8 or 10 people who have been arrested across UP, Punjab and Haryana, come from being a blogger to a student and to a trader. The finesse at which the Pakistani ISI and the Pakistani agencies have been operating is to target a person as and when they are able to come in close contact, develop that relationship, and I feel that for a very paltry sum of money, they start selling the information or providing the information. Might be they are also taught in a manner as if they are not doing anything wrong. So whatever Jyoti Sharma and what we have been talking about, Jyoti Mehrotra, what we have been talking about, that she doesn't feel that she has done anything wrong. Might be that might be a part of indoctrination or brainwashing, not denying the fact that whatever she has done, I think is the most treacherous of the things one could imagine of. So the whole game plan is, and it is only post Pahalgam that this covert operation is coming to light. I go fully in unison with the panelists, my co-panelists, that there has been lots of legwork which is done by the state police, which is done by the state intelligence agencies, but this intensive action primarily related to the activity in the cyberspace and open source intelligence, connecting the two to bring it to be actionable intelligence, wherein we are able to get 8-10 people who have been in this act for a variety of reasons. But somehow the whole thing converges into activities related to terrorism sponsored by Pakistan as a state tool and happening primarily in Jammu Kashmir. So broadly, this is where we are. So our capability as cyber intelligence, anti-cyber espionage, I think that is at a level, might be the all-pervasive nature which we are showing today. And I'm also not very sure of the fact that this is the whole story. Might be this is also just the tip of the iceberg, and the nature of encrypted communication, once it opens up, concentric circle starts opening up. So we are not sure of the fact as to what the huge racket is and where we have arrived. But it is technical intelligence, the capability, and all technical intelligence, all cyber espionage has a physical element, as we can see in this particular case.
Mr. Obvious Money, your thoughts on the same as well, sir. I want to understand from your perspective as well, what really becomes the modus operandi, sir? How exactly are people screened and then chosen as possible targets?
So there are several ways I have come across. So different case has a different modus operandi. Somewhere it is through friends, the friend square or whatever the cycle. Some people are recruited. I have a case, a young student was students mostly fall prey to the youth. They will be somebody will offer a friendship and then they take the communication forward. At times even opposite sexes, and this happens. This is what is called the stud trapping or the honey trapping case. They show common interest. So everybody is on the social media profiles. Examine the profile, show a common interest, pick up a common thread, start connecting with that. So it all starts, as my previous speaker also said, I also said, they seamlessly merge into the Indian culture, Indian language and all. So at certain times, very common interest, like a ghazal. Ghazal could be a common interest for many of them. Something like that, they will connect with that. A Bollywood film could be a common. So that is how the recruitment process initially starts. But later on, once they walk through a few steps, then they start recruiting them or brainwashing them or indoctrinating them or even negotiating with them for price and all that. They throw money. Initial few gifts may be a very insignificant one. So it's a whole process which happens. Mr. Naresh N.K. Sood will be able to show more evidence. So he has been with the intelligence agency in embassies abroad. But these are all the ways how you have to hunt. First you catch hold of a person, then convert him, recruit him, convert him, and thereafter indoctrinate him. So it's a full process cycle which takes place. And by the time the damage is done, certain times we are not even in the loop. It may look like a very genuine friendship between the two. So this is the process in which it happens. So, and we have to be alert. But now with so many of cases and so repeatedly Pakistan indulging in terrorism, my question is, do we need to have such a large embassy staffers in this? Yes, we will reduce, both the countries will mutually agree to reduce the number of personnel in the High Commission through a protocol, and that is the best possible solution for at least 2-3 years from now, so that their concentration is only on very few important things. They don't go indulging in it. Notwithstanding that the Pakistan also has a lot of ecosystem of the previous Amantia Ashati. You have lawyers, you have activists, you have journalists who speak the language of Pakistan. Before it also, see, this is also a terror funding cycle, getting them legal protection immediately once they are caught, or getting them when they are killed, they giving them their family the entire support system. It's all in a full terror funding cycle or anti-India funding cycle, and that also should be investigated. Even those lawyers, as earlier CDS had said, India is fighting a 2.5 front war. That 0.5 front contains all these people, academicians. You have had a professor in that. You may find certain lawyers simply walking into the Supreme Court in the middle of the night and seeking a relief. And they have the access also. They have the name, stature, and all. You may find certain journalists or certain publications repeatedly coming in support of these espionage. They are all foot soldiers. But how they connect, how the entire ecosystem works, the 0.5 works is the basic question. That has to be cracked. That code has to be cracked. Apart from downsizing this High Commission in both sides, internal strengthening is very important, and that 0.5 code has to be cracked. I'm sure doing a lot of things, but still it has to be cracked, because they are like Don't be, they come, once you kill one, they will come out in some other place in some other form. So this has to be comprehensively tracked, and that is the best solution forward. This is the time for us to do it. Pahalgam, we have countered it. We have done a lot of great work. We have weakened Pakistan. Now go for a reduction in number of staff, and later on take on the 0.5 who are supporting the Pakistan from within inside the country. Because these people provide the succor to the Jyoti Malhotras and Norman and Ghazalas and all these people, or Devendra Singh. They have a system of giving succor to, providing succor immediately. Some professor has, somebody has already moved
Yes.
the Supreme Court seeking relief for a professor who did an anti-India post in Ashoka University. So this has to, this 0.5 crore code has to be cracked. That is what is my submission.
Okay, all right. Unfortunately, that's all the time that I have, but I thank all of our guests for joining us on the broadcast to take this important conversation forward. With that, viewers, a very short break.